Welcome back to It's About the Journeys. After exploring Montenegro and Bosnia and Herzegovina, our journey continues along Croatia's stunning Adriatic coast. In this video, we wander through the historic streets of Dubrovnik, stop along the coast in Makarska after visiting Plitvice waterfalls, relax on the beaches in Omiš, and take a boat ride out onto the sparkling blue water. Finally, we head inland to one of the most breathtaking places in all of Croatia, Plitvice Lakes National Park, where wooden walkways wind past turquoise lakes and countless waterfalls. From ancient coastal towns to quiet beaches and cascading waterfalls, this part of Croatia gave some of the most unforgettable moments of the trip. So here's a map to better understand our journey. In our last video, we flew into Montenegro's capital of Podgorica, then went to Kotor, but right after that, we went to Dubrovnik in Croatia, which you'll see in this video. Then we went into Bosnia and Herzegovina to see Mostar and Plitvice waterfalls. And in this video, I'll be showing you starting with Dubrovnik, then to Makarska, Omiš, and then Plitvice Lakes National Park. And I'll end on that. I split the video up like this so that you could see all of Croatia in just one video. Now we are here in Dubrovnik. After exploring Kotor in Montenegro, this was the next stop on our journey north along the Adriatic coast. Geographically, it made perfect sense to come here next, and after this we continued inland to Mostar in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dubrovnik is one of the most famous cities in Croatia, known for its beautiful old town and massive stone walls surrounding it. These walls were built in the 12th and 17th centuries to protect the city when Dubrovnik was an important independent trading republic. Inside the walls, the city feels like a maze of narrow stone streets and hidden alleyways that twist between century-old buildings. Around every corner there's another staircase, quiet passage, or small square, which gives Dubrovnik a mysterious atmosphere while still feeling incredibly lively and welcoming. Dubrovnik holds a lot of mysteries within its ancient walls, and today we're going to uncover a few of them. This place is called Buja Bar. It's a hidden bar tucked away within one of Dubrovnik's alleyways, opening up to these incredible views of the Adriatic Sea. You can even swim right here, which is why you'll notice so many people walking around with their bathing suits on. These are the famous Jesuit stairs. If they look familiar, you've probably seen them in Game of Thrones. This staircase was featured in the show during the iconic Walk of Shame scene, and today it's one of the most visited spots in all of Dubrovnik. Hidden within the walls of Dubrovnik is this incredible basketball court tucked right between the old stone buildings. And what makes it even more special is the view from up here. You're literally surrounded by century-old walls with the rooftops of the city and the Adriatic stretching out in the distance. I mean, just imagine playing a game here, where every shot comes with that backdrop. It honestly feels like one of the most unique courts in the world. Next up, we're heading to Makarska. a stunning coastal town along the Adriatic that sits right between the sea and the dramatic peaks of the Biokovo mountains. It's known for its long pebble beaches, crystal clear water, and that perfect mix of laid-back seaside energy and mountain views rising right behind the city. It also sits along the Makarska Riviera, which is a beautiful stretch that's a part of the wider Dalmatian coast. Just offshore, you can also spot the island of Brač, home to the famous Zlatni Rat beach that actually shifts shape with the wind and currents. And if you look up from the shoreline, those towering cliffs belong to Biokovo Nature Park, where you can actually drive up to the glass viewpoints that hang over the sea, some of the most dramatic views in the entire country. The beaches along Makarska and really across the wider Dalmatian coast are mostly made up of smooth pebbles and rocky shores rather than sand. It all comes from the natural limestone landscape, which also helps give the water that incredibly clear turquoise color that you see everywhere here. And because of that rocky soil and terrain, it historically made large-scale farming much more difficult in this region, which shaped how people lived and developed along the coast, keeping many areas more rugged, natural, and less heavily altered. Next up, we're in Omiš, a small coastal town that feels like it's squeezed right between the mountains and the sea. What makes it so unique is the dramatic setting, where the Cetina River cuts through the steep limestone cliffs before meeting the Adriatic. Omiš has a really interesting past, too. It was once known as a pirate stronghold, using those cliffs and hidden river access points as natural defense. Today it's known for adventure sports like rafting, ziplining, and hiking, all set against some of the most dramatic scenery on the Dalmatian coast. A really unique thing you can do here in Omiš is actually rent a small boat and cruise inland along the Cetina River. As you go deeper into the canyon, the scenery gets more dramatic, with steep cliffs rising on both sides. And if you keep going, you'll eventually reach a restaurant tucked right along the river where you can dock your boat and stop for a meal. It's one of the most unexpected and most memorable places on the Dalmatian coast. Honestly, the experience really reminded me of when I went to Vietnam, with that same feeling of gliding through bright blue water surrounded by towering limestone cliffs on all sides. Here in Omiš, you've also got Velika Plaža, one of the main beaches right along the town. What's interesting is that unlike most of the Dalmatian coast's rocky beaches, Velika Plaža in Omiš is one of the few sandy stretches here, and parts of it are maintained and enhanced to keep that softer shoreline feel. Nice soft sand plus these incredible views is perfection in my eyes. Next up, Plitvice Lakes National Park, one of the most breathtaking natural wonders in all of Croatia. A cascading world of turquoise lakes, roaring waterfalls, and untouched forest, connected by winding wooden walkways that feel like they float through the landscape itself. The water here is almost unreal, shifting between deep blues and glowing greens, depending on the light, carved over time by nature into something that feels otherworldly, like you've stepped into another planet, almost like the world of Avatar brought to life in front of you. And I promise, none of this is edited. This is exactly how it looks in real life. Honestly, if anything, it looks better in real life. At Plitvice Lakes National Park, the water gets its surreal turquoise color completely naturally. It comes from minerals like limestone and calcium carbonate in the karst landscape, which scatters sunlight and constantly shift the way the water looks depending on depth, flow, and angle of light. At Plitvice Lakes National Park, even the transport across the lakes is designed to protect the ecosystem. The park operates quiet electric ferries that glide across the water with no fuel emissions or pollutants. It's also powered in a way that keeps the lakes completely undisturbed, so you're moving through this surreal landscape in near silence without harming the incredibly delicate water system that makes this place what it is. This place really does care about the ecosystem a lot here. If you saw my last video in Croatia waterfalls, you could actually swim in the water there, but here you can't because you don't want things like sunscreen or other contaminants affecting the purity of the lakes. It's just meant to be admired. And even traveling through Croatia as a whole, I noticed so many times on the highway these vegetative animal bridges designed so wildlife can safely cross over the roads without being disrupted. The reason there are so many waterfalls here is because the water is constantly building natural barriers of travertine, a type of limestone that forms from mineral-rich water as it flows. So instead of one big drop, the lakes keep stepping down in layers over time, creating this continuous chain of cascading falls and pools. That's it for this part of the Adriatic Sea journey through Croatia. From hidden coastal spots to waterfalls and landscapes that don't even feel real. It's been incredible. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And next up in this series is Slovenia, coming very soon, so stay tuned.